Happy New Year, my friends. I hope everyone had a happy and safe New Year's Eve and a great first day of January 2026. Before I start out with the video, I do want to thank all of you for all of your comments, all of your likes, subscribing to my channel, just being so supportive throughout 2025. I really appreciate every single one of you. It truly means a lot, because if it wasn't for all of you, I'd just be sitting here talking to the camera. Right now, I'm wearing Holly by John Rene in the color Catalina Blonde. I purchased Holly in a few colors at Frannie's Hair, including this one. I absolutely love Holly, so I just had to get it in this color as well. The one that I'm going to review today is Smooth Wavez. It's brand new from Rene of Paris. And I have that one in Snowy Umber R. And the reason that I'm starting, and I also purchased it at Frannie's Hair, and I'll leave the links for you down below in case you want to head on over to Frannie's Hair. Towards the end of the video, I'm going to have a comparison of Holly with Smooth Wavez, because when I saw the pictures, they looked very similar, and I thought, well, why not? Let me compare them, because there are some similarities and some differences. All right, let's take a look at the cap. And I've got to tell you this, because, and I'll put the picture up here. With Smooth Wavez, they had a picture on their specs which showed a very wide center part, and I thought, oh, that's probably exaggerated. Here's the center part on it. So what I did, I measured it. It's about 2.5 inches across up here and about 3 inches at the widest part before it transitions to or extends over to the extended lace. It goes almost to the ear tabs. We have the felt covered ear tabs, an extended nape, Velcro adjusters, and a wefted cap. I really thought that picture showing the center part, I thought it was deceiving. I'll be perfectly honest. I thought, yeah, okay, it's really that wide, but it really is. They're actually classifying this, Rene of Paris is classifying it as a partial mono part, or as a partial mono top. So it's really quite wide. So we'll see when I go to part it if we could actually part it a little bit off center or not. And I will certainly show that to you. Then towards the end of the video, I'll do a comparison between Holly and Smooth Wavez. Right now, let me take off the tags. You know, there are 2 new colors in this collection. There's 2 new styles. There's Smooth Wavez and there's another one, Posh Wavez, I want to say. I can't remember the name of it. It's a longer wavy one. And there are 2 new colors. One is honey, kind of like a honey blonde, and the other one is a plum brown. Recently, Rene of Paris seemed to be running a bit large on me, and I'll have my measurements on the screen for you. I'm just going to give it a shake, and I do this with all of my wigs. Of course, if you think you're going to return them, don't do this, but I know I'm not going to return it. Anyway, what I was saying is that I almost ordered the new colors, but you know, when I purchase wigs, I really like to purchase them in colors that I really like, because I probably want to keep it. So that's why I got it in Snowy Umber. I knew that I wasn't going to wear the honey color and the other, and I should have ordered the one with the brown and the plum, and it totally slipped my mind, but I didn't. All right, I cinched it in almost all the way to the center, and it is certainly large on me. I would say that it would fit up to 22 and a half, but you know, that's just a guess on my part. These bangs are very long. All right, let's first check out that part. Okay, so I'm going off pretty much to the side. So that's a right part right there. I don't think I could go any further down. No, I can't go any further down, but that's pretty much off to the right. Same thing on the left. So it's certainly wide enough if you want to part it on the right or the left. You don't have to part it in the middle. I didn't mention these. I believe I'll start shipping on January 12th, but I'll leave it across the screen, and I'll also leave it in my description box. All right, the bangs are pretty long. This style is also appearing to be similar to Sydney from Belle Tress. So if you like those types of styles, kind of wavy, a little bit wavy, and a little bit longer, this is obviously longer than Holly, but it's right along the same line. So if you like Sydney, for example, or you like Holly, you want something with a lower price point, you want the waves, you want the bangs, these just have to be trimmed a little bit. The bangs are 5 inches, so I would definitely have to trim them because my forehead is 2.5 inches. And if you want to wear it off your face, we do have some of the blonde, but because we do have a blend here with we have a base of a brown, kind of like a warm, a reddish brown, we're going to have some knotting. So I do want to make you aware of that. I'm just going to spray a little bit of water here. So you could kind of wear it as a curtain bang too if you want, you know, when you have all of these layers on the front. As far as the permatease is concerned, I'm really surprised because it has very, very minimal permatease on either side of that wide center part. It's just minimal and just a tiny little bit at the crown. So if you don't like permatease, you'll probably like this style because, and the density is, I would say it's an average density. Smooth Wavez weighs about 4.7 ounces. So it's not a low density, but I wouldn't say it's a high density either. I think it's a good average density. It does feel higher density than what we find, for example, on Sydney from Belle Tress, or we might find on Holly from John Rene. The fibers are incredibly silky and soft. I have some other styles from Rene of Paris Muse collection, breezy waves. I have had 2 or 3 of them, and I just feel that the fibers on Smooth Wavez is they're a lot softer and a lot silkier. I think it's a really pretty style. If we compare this style to Holly from John Rene, we're going to have some similarities. We're going to have the heat-friendly fibers. We're going to have that slight waves. We're going to have that front that we can wear it with bangs, or we can wear it as a side swept. Now, the differences, there are quite a few differences, starting with the price point. With Holly, we're going to have about a price point of about $200 more. Right now, when I went on Frannie's website, it was about $158 for Smooth Wavez, and for Holly, it's $370. So why the difference? Well, because with Holly, we're going to have a full mono top. We have a hand-tied cap, while we had the weft cap on Smooth Wavez. Those are the biggest, the main reasons why Holly is going to have a higher price point. As far as the measurements are concerned, they're very close. We have a front of 4.25 inches on Holly and 5 inches on Smooth Wavez. The nape is where we're going to have the biggest difference. On Holly, the nape is only 2.75 inches, while on Smooth Wavez, it's 7 inches. Other than that, the crown is about 12 inches on both. And also there is a weight difference. Holly weighs 3.5 ounces and Smooth Wavez weighs 4.5 ounces. So we have about an ounce of a difference here. So how do you choose? Well, I think a lot has to do with the budget. If you have the budget for, and you want the softer cap, you want the full mono top, then obviously Holly would be the one to go with. But if you want something, you want a style that's a little bit longer, you want to save the money, you don't want to spend $300 or $400 on a wig, and you want to stay right under $200, I think Smooth Wavez is a great choice. You're going to have the very wide part. You're still going to have the lace front, just like we do with Holly. We're going to have heat-friendly fibers, and the style is a little bit longer. So it really is a matter of preference. There's no permatease on Holly, and it's minimal permatease on Smooth Wavez. So the difference is really the price point, the cap features, and the length. That's what really stands out to me. Also, with Holly, we have 22 color choices. With Smooth Wavez, we only have 9 color choices. It really is up to the wearer and what is important for you and what checks off more boxes for you than the other. You know, I mean, we all have our preferences. I don't think one is better than the other. It's just, what do you like better? Personally, I love Holly. I've got 3 of them in 3 different colors. Yes, I purchased them because I love it. I purchased this one because I thought it looked so similar to a wig that I love, and I thought that you might like to see it as well. I'll probably be getting Smooth Wavez in some other colors because I think it is just so pretty. And Sydney is one of my favorite styles, and this one is really similar. As far as the color is concerned, the color Snowy Umber, if you like buttered toast from Beltress, you'll probably love Snowy Umber because we have that kind of like that ginger brown as the base, and the highlights are a very light cool blonde that are almost white. I don't see them really as white, even though that's how Rene of Paris describes them, but I see them as a very light cool blonde. So I would say this color is a neutral, leaning cool, just as we find with buttered toast. And for those of you that like to wear bangs, it's just a matter of a little trim. Actually, you know, I'm going to tell you, I took out Holly for a comparison, and the one that I really should have taken out was Sydney, because I think Sydney is a lot closer. Sydney from Beltress, I think that is even closer. I think the biggest difference is going to be that on Sydney we're going to have layers, and we don't have any layers here. These sides are basically about 12 inches. So we're not going to have all the layers that we see on Sydney. But as far as the style is concerned, overall, it's going to be similar. Notice I didn't say exactly. All right. Let me know if you like Smooth Wavez. Let me know if you have Holly. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.